Greetings, folks, and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Coco Smooth, the casual collector. And in this segment of 1/12 scale military action figures takes, I am showcasing the Valaverse 10 Vanguard. Yeah, I pre-ordered this bad boy about this when it was released way back in the day, and yeah, it's finally here. Uh, so as you can see, this is the package, right? I figured I'd start with this because you guys could already see off the butt what to expect. What to expect, right? Um, Kind of nice box showing what is and what isn't here, so explaining what it is. So yeah, anyways, yeah, let's look at the box real quick. It's upside, no, it's upside down. You can see it correctly. Nice Valaverse or Action Force symbol. The box art reminiscent of the Sears, I guess, packaging of the Star Wars figs. So yeah, Rizvani symbol down there, Valaverse down here to the right, and yep, 5 action points for this. And yeah, all right, okay. This is gonna be a bit of a different style of how I'm gonna do this. I may have to cut this up in segments because yeah, this box is huge and you're just never gonna capture stuff that I'm doing, right? So I may cut in the middle. I'm gonna open it from the top. This retails at, I believe, 184. I could be wrong, 185 bucks. I forget. I don't know if I'm doing this right, but I don't want to wreck things either. So okay, so it's a sideways and sideways entry. Okay. We'll go through this end. Right here. Tab. I decided I was going to go with the Desert Tan one because I'm a Desert 304. So yeah. So yeah, just about my campaign when I was in the service was in the desert, so I have a fondness for the aesthetic of desert style warfare stuff. All right, okay. So it doesn't look like it comes in any styrofoam or anything. Oh. And oh, okay, cool. Well, you guys seeing all that coming out? I can see why Bobby B and Lawrence from our Punk with Toys didn't decide to go through all of that unpackaging. It's a little bit of a there's just nothing sexy about doing a video of a big box unboxing, especially from up close. Okay. Yeah. All right, here we go. And it's in the plastic. It comes in a plastic, and here is the free missile launcher pack that it came with. When it comes with 2 action points. Let's just take it out right. Meow. I'm gonna hurry up because the phone that's doing this is not exactly got the most battery. So, all right, cool. Packed well, as you guys can see. Missile launcher. Mm-hmm. And it's different variations with things. All right. Now take it out of its murder bag. Okay. Rolling out. All right, here we go. All right, so cool. It comes already assembled, and okay, the underneath thing comes with stuff. It looks like the command file for the Reaper. You know, just pause and read if you guys are that interested in what it says. I'm not going to read it this time because this video is going to be pretty long, I imagine, or long enough as it is. And it comes with all these stickers. Steel Brigade, Action Force, white and black with swarm kills and cavalry kills. Shoot back. Yeah, pretty funny. All right, and of course the top we have blast effects for, I imagine, the gun that it comes with, and I guess there's a turret. Yeah, the turret's up here. Cool. All right, door opens sideways like that. Cool. Ooh, the leather feels pretty good, or leatherish kind of feel. That's kind of amazing. I don't think I've ever felt nothing like that before. But keep in mind, I don't play with model cars, so the chances of me, you know, encountering something like that would be slim anyway, I'd say. But yeah. So if for those who already kind of like that kind of thing, or it's possible that this kind of thing is already on that thing, and you guys aren't used to. You guys are used to it. I'm not, so I'm impressed. Okay, the trunk. All right, cool. It's got all the other stuff, the machine gun, and I'm glad that Lawrence said it. The Jerry tanks or Jerry. I guess are Jerry tanks or for the gas or Jerry canisters, ammo thing, and of course we got the turret gun. More, it's all in the package, and I believe this is just a regular cap, and of course the Reaper with its stand. Okay, cool. Wonder again, and all the hands and cup. Okay, Starbucks cup, Valaverse cup, and energy drink, and the different hands, and what appears to be a pistol. Right? Yeah, everything looks like it's coming out of this trunk. Kind of cool. Yeah, maybe I'm weak, but a little bit on the heavier side than I anticipated. Be gentle when you open the doors. You don't want to break joints or nothing like that. I'm not saying that it's weak or anything, but still, this is a $180 plus thing. So be easy when handling still, right? Okay, cool. So it looks like it stays up when it wants to and closes. All right, good. We got the entrenching tool shovel over here. So in. All right. So I'm guessing we're gonna start with the weapons. Okay, cool. Kind of. So the chief complaint that I've heard about this is that you cannot go up and down, which is a bummer because, yeah, if you're trying to do action poses or try to do stuff, you're gonna, it's very limiting. So that's a little bit of a bummer. I mean, like it looks good, but when you're trying to do shots or pictures, which a lot of IG people like to do, to include me, I'm not even a fancy photographer or nothing. I just like to take pictures of my toys with my cam, you know. Could be a little bit of a issue. And then there's this, so blast effects. Uh, uh, so I'm not really a blast effects kind of guy, but for the sake of you guys who love to see close to completed toy reviews, I'm gonna do my best to accommodate y'all. Now I'm not gonna front. It's a little bit of a strain putting it in as you see me struggle, but hey, it's in, and it looks like. Well, let me raise up the camera so you guys can see better. That's what's going on up here. All right, so cool. All right, let me take this off right now if I can. I'm doing it slowly because, like I said, $184 piece. I ain't trying to break it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not willing to test the breakage things. Just, you know, so gently play with these things. You know. Okay. Now for the other thing, the pig. Yeah, your typical stiff Valaverse weapon, machine gun. What to expect. The paint apps are kind of not there like some of the weapons that they used to do. It's all right because it is just a lot of machine guns in general are just plain black. Anywho, okay, looks like it fits there. I'm not sure where it's a if that's supposed to be there or I'm curious if this is supposed to be here and this is supposed to be like this. I'm about to find out. Okay. All right. I know young Lawrence said that it might be a little too long, might have to cut it, but I don't know. We'll see to get it to fit. It does have tendencies to do that. So if you're okay with this thing going like that, that might be a little bit of a problem. But I don't think it's that big of a deal for me so far. So far. I'm trying to think of creative ways to insert and make it look like make it look like it's got to work. It can work somehow, but no, it looks like it's going to be that kind of situation this whole time. I was trying to see if I could do it in reverse, like, hmm, put this in here, and we'll No. Yeah, no. Doesn't look like it's going to work. Yeah, it might be just a little bit too long. Just a little bit too long. Cool. And I'm not sure where to put it. I imagine that it's somewhere up here. Or the person, you know, or there was one in the trunk, a place in the trunk where somebody's supposed to put it in. Kind of confused because there's a hole here, but I'm not sure if this was the hole that was intended for, that this was intended for. Because it doesn't look like it fits. Oh well. Somehow I'll find a way to make sense of this. It might. All right. Well, that's enough of that for the time being until I review, until I watch some instructionals on how to get it done. But yeah, cool. Oop. Yeah. Okay, cool. Let me put somebody up here to see if it can be wielded. I'll go with our main guy. I know he's supposed to be the driver, but say that he's the only one by himself. He'll have to man the fort on his own. And so yeah, that's what that looks like. That's a pretty good look. Oh. Gotta get, I guess I have to get him to sit. There you go. This, and again, here's the sucky part about not being able to go up and down. You can't really take good pictures of to see, you know. Mm-hmm. I'm hoping he comes up with alternative weapons, upgrade kits or something, because I'd like for it to be able to go up and down, you know. You can't have it all, but that's one of the things that a piece of engineering that I would appreciate to have, you know. Yeah. Not sure where we would store these. I guess I'd have to look up a review to figure that out myself too, or more exploration. Mm. Okay, so I guess this is where it would go, because in the sides, because there are slots in the bottom that look like it fits perfectly for these canisters or, you know, gas. Okay, I can. Oh, hang on. I'm trying to show you guys so you guys can see it go in. And you know, I'll do an alibi video if I watch a video that shows me how to properly install this weapon back here. Okay, so yeah. Well, yeah, okay. Um, I haven't figured out how I'm going to do any of the stickers, if I'm going to apply stickers at all. Um, it's this is one of those situations where I'm very bad at making of decision, that make decision makings when it comes to the placement, the proper placement of stickers. So yeah, it's just, well, okay. Let's see. I'm not sure if I can recall this being able to open. I don't think it does. Nope. And this thing, you could pull it, but since I'm not much of a grappling or a tow hook kind of guy, I don't see myself really using it, but I'm glad that it's there just in case. Um, yeah. So far, first impressions, it ain't bad. Um, Kind of cool that when you turn it, the wheels, you know. All right, folks, I know it got cut off, so I'm starting from scratch. I lost video battery, so the sound went off. So now I got cut off. So I decided I was gonna just finish up my initial thoughts on all of this. Initial thoughts. Um, everything works up. The doors open, the wheels roll, the trunk opens. My main gripe about this so far has been the lack of being able to go up and down with both the missile turrets, which was free for me because I'm an early backer, I guess, right? And the lack of this being able to go up and down, it's a real bummer, actually. I would be lying if I told you that I was happy about that, but I'm not. Um, because if you wanted to do fancy shots, for IG, it's going to be looking directly straight at the gun guy looking at you, not him being able to shoot down or anything. It's just totally bizarre that of all the things to have an oversight on, that would be one of them. I didn't expect that, but maybe I should have been paying more attention because into the community who was ever talking about it, because I definitely did not expect that to not be included, at least as far not being functional enough for up and down. Uh, this thing is by no means perfect. It's to me, it's on par with anything that Hasbro so far has made, and it's priced accordingly. Given the situation, that they're not Hasbro. It's a one man show with his staff, right? Not a big corporate situation. So given the given the logistics and all of that involved in making this, it's what I expected overall. This oversight, eh, I kind of expected Bobby a little bit more to know that this kind of thing wouldn't fly. You know what I'm saying? Bobby, I know you play with your own stuff, like all of us do, but come on, man. This not being able to go up and down stuff. Ugh, yeah. You better come up with an upgrade kit for this bad boy. I don't care if I have to pay for it, but I just want it to function. If you can, my man, please. And maybe somebody tell me if I'm doing this wrong, but I can't find the. I'm going to show y'all, folks. No swivel to make this thing go up or down, and I'm afraid to test it because it'll probably break. and I don't want to break it because this thing kind of looks good just on its own as as is, right? But yeah, yeah. So this is just kind of like my initial uh, take on all this. I'm sure I don't know how I'll feel in the next couple days or so, or a week, or how or what. All I do know is that uh, overall, I'm pretty happy, just in general, because now my guys in Action Force have their vehicle, and I'm a desert guy. Desert warfare. Is what I my preferred aesthetic on these things, as somebody who has served in Operation Iraqi Freedom. So yeah, one thing that you guys will be surprised with, not surprised, but happy with, is that I finally found how to attach the machine gun to the back. So now I could have a gunner back there. Um, I think that's a very cool function. Um, other than that, there really isn't much to I can say more, really, because I'm at a I'm still I didn't, since I'm doing this all free-handed, I don't really have the notes or the steps as to explain what needs to be explained for you guys as far as the technical aspects of stuff. All I can tell you is that all the doors work. Just be careful. Don't be too hard with them. This is a $185 piece. The wheels turn. Um, I don't think there's any hood things going on. You can't open it like a vamp or anything, but it's all right. And it's not a function that I really care much about anyway. I'm more interested in this being able to house my desert guys, plus look good in the background for them. So, I feel like I've already won in that capacity. It met most of um, my overall expectations, I guess, of what I want. The only thing, of course, this being not being able to go up and down, or this not being able to go up and down, is kind of a negative from all of this. I don't want to. Um, me. I'm a type of guy who wants to be positive about stuff, but I got to keep it real. If it's a bummer for me, or just a bummer, it is what it is. It's a bummer, you know. Um, Other than that, overall, it's what I guess I should have I can expect, given the type of toy that it is. You know what I mean? It's not meant to be super premium. It's meant to be, at least that's what I'm thinking, that this was meant to be, just in line with the stuff that the GI Joe classified series does, right? Without all the wild uh, sci-fi. This is more of the realistic, kind of closer to being realistic than than being straight wild, out of control sci-fi. GI Joe is, which is what I love, by the way. Grew up with that, so for nostalgia factor, that's what's up. But for me, this is the nostalgia factor is different. This is the military nostalgia factor for me, not child nostalgia factor, which is why I like this for that. Valaverse for me stuff so far has been for the military nostalgia, not the GI Joe. Because if it was strictly GI Joe, I have no connection to this whatsoever. None. These don't look anything like, for the most part, what I grew up with. If I was going with childlike nostalgia, but that's not what drives me to buy this. What compels me to buy this is the more realistic way of going about stuff. And again, my military nostalgia. So when I buy this, I'm thinking of my time in the, when I was of military age doing this stuff, you know. So that's why I gravitate towards this. It takes me back to those times, not when I was a kid. Um, yeah. Other than that, I wish I could show you more, but I'm not gonna lie. This toy has caused me to be a little claustrophobic because of how big it is. It's just so very space consuming. Um, which is why I have really mixed emotions about all of this, because while I'm happy I have it, man, if you don't have the house or the space for something like this, it can become a little bit stressful. And I bought both this and the gray, and I don't think I'll be able to be opening the gray based on just how much space or little space that I have with all of this. So factor that in when you're thinking about buying this, because space this is a space eater. 112 scale is no joke when it comes to space. I love the way it looks and feels, but man, when you think about what it is to fit Jenga in your house, man, it's just might not be it, you know. So yeah, um, it is. I don't know how much what more to say other than that. It's just one of those things that I'm like emotionally torn. I'm happy about it, but has clear issues. It's not a perfect anything. Not and of course with all the space that it eats, it kind of makes you wish that uh these things were not uh we're not going to say that we're able to go up and down, because now you're like, man, so all the space is being taken up and I don't have functioning this. It adds a little bit more to the disappointed feelings a little bit. You know what I mean? That's I'm not a shill for GI Joe or Action Force, but I do love their stuff. But when it's not, when there's problems, I'm definitely going to make sure that I at least communicate that, because I don't want to be dishonest when it comes to these things. I'm not trying to, I don't get a cut from selling you guys any of this stuff. If you guys are, or I'm not selling you guys any of this stuff, so I don't get a cut from me showcasing any of this. This is just me happily sharing my thoughts on stuff, not even reviewing. This is just me sharing my thoughts on what I've purchased, because I'm not a reviewer by any means. If I was a reviewer, man, real reviewers, they go through all the steps. They leave no stone unturned. They will show you and be able to properly explain to you wheels, the functions, the doors, the kind of hinge, the kind of joints, the kind of, man, I don't, that's not me. This is just me, the casual collector, trying to explain how this makes me feel, and why I think you guys should get it, or why you shouldn't get it. Why you should get it? Well, if you're an Action Force guy and you got the space, this thing is baller. Why you shouldn't get it? It's kind of asking a lot, given the times we live in. You know, uh, inflation, all of that other stuff. I don't want to get too deep in it, but we're all feeling the effects. And when things like this do not function the way it's supposed to, it kind of makes you second guess stuff a little bit. You know what I mean? If this wasn't the inflation era that we were living in, we wouldn't be second guessing it. Mostly, we'll be like, okay, it is what it is. But $185 goes a long way these days. It's not big much in the big scheme of things, but from the perspective of a Gen Xer, but for the guy who's out there, really penny pinching to just buy this thing, uh, it might not be worth it, you know, especially if their expectations is performance on every scale, because this clearly, in my opinion, while it looks great, is a fail, you know. So All right, folks. Oh man, I don't want to leave it in a negative note. In my efforts to try to keep it real. But yeah, no, I will be supporting more of the Valaverse stuff. Like I'm always going to be supporting the GI Joe stuff, assuming that the quality is maintained. But I just gotta, I can't hash it enough if the rest of the community hasn't already, like Bobby B mentioned, and even Lawrence from Punk with Toys, that this is a yeah. I tried not to watch them before I did this video, but I can't help it. Those guys are my heroes, and I wanted to, you know, because they have very honest takes on things. It makes me feel that I'm able to be honest because what I'm worried a bit about is not so much not being honest, but what I was worried about is upsetting the fandoms. You know, I'm not trying to upset anyone. I'm just trying to point out the problems that I see. You know, because I like both. If it hasn't already been clear, my collection is I don't have I'm not pro classified or pro uh Valaverse when it comes to the war between the two fandoms. I don't give a shit. That's not what I'm about. I'm about what I like, and what I like is what I like. And if it's got problems, I'm gonna make sure y'all know that I got problems with it, or at least tell you guys how disappointed I am that about something. And yeah, those guys make it easier for me to just not worry about all the drama that's taking place between, you know, the fandoms, because I'm one of those people that just do this for joy. This is joy, and yeah, not having to worry about what I don't want to be is part of, being dragged into a war between the stands of both fandom. I'm like, dude, I don't have to hate one to love the other. I can love them both, and they can both have freaking problems. Okay, so yeah, that's one of the reasons why it's hard to be a showcaser, because man, the community, my gosh, I just don't understand. Can people just be can like what they like or not like what they like without it being oh, you hate GI Joe Classified, oh, you just crapping all over Hasbro, or crapping all over uh Valaverse or whatever. No, if things got problems, they got problems. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, look at me. I'm sure that Bobby would have a real heartburn about me using third party 3D printed weapons from other people, and I don't want to be part of that war. I just like what I like, you know. So I don't think his weapons are as good as the weapons that I got from the third party community. So I'm not gonna. So if you guys have a heartburn over that, I don't know what to tell y'all. I like my toys to have what I think to be better weapons that make sense with them aesthetically. So you know what I'm saying? I know I long rant, but this is the kind of rant that I think needed to happen, given how stressful this something like this is for somebody like myself. You know, given the again, like I said, given the overall totality of the circumstances that come with this space eating, $185. While it doesn't mean that much to me in the long scheme of things, can mean so much more for others. So if I don't point out the things that are wrong with it, I'd feel like I was doing you all a disservice by just saying, "Oh, it's fine, it's all fine." Uh, so I feel that I'd be a little irresponsible by not pointing those kind of things out. You know what I mean? So, yeah. All right, folks. Well, this is my initial thoughts. I'll probably be doing another video, if you guys even care anymore, to sometime soon after I mess with it enough times. I know it's a lot But the truth of the matter is, again, when it comes to collecting, especially things that cost this much, it requires a little bit of patience to try to figure it, to sort things out mentally. This is not something you just, it just kind of, you know, you just kind of gloss over. No, sadly, that's not how things work. So, all right, folks, I wish it was more of a review. Thank you guys for sticking by and listening to my rants. But again, this is me, the casual collector trying to explain just my thoughts. All right, folks. Um, this is this is all I got for this segment of 112 scale military action figures takes. The Valaverse Action Force Vanguard Desert Tan Edition. I am your host, Coco Smooth, the Casual Collector. And until the next video, folks, ciao.